Hey everybody, Dr. Alien 201 here, and again we are on the Sea of Thieves. As I've stated before, we're going to be making a return to the sea, and I'm going to be actually doing some videos. In this particular one, I'm going to do something I have not done solo before. And that is I am taking on, I'm assuming it's an Athena run. I'm not exactly sure how that works now with the dive mechanic and whatnot, and what's actually considered. But here we go. We're going to dive to the island, and we're going to start our adventure looking for the Chest of Legends. Now, I get it. The Fort of Fortune has the Chest of Fortune, and that is now the most desirable chest in the game, which is why I don't want it. I typically play solo. I don't have a regular crew that I go out doing these adventures with, so it's just me. So I am looking for some things that are a little safer to do, but when it comes right down to it, I still have fun just going out on this. And as a pirate legend, I should be doing this. I can hear you now, Dave. If you're a pirate legend, how did you get pirate legend without getting any chests of legends? Well, you see, the chest of legends just increases your Athena emissary and whatnot. Your Athena emissary, yeah, it does that too. Your Athena ranking, but I never did pirate legend in the traditional way. I got a good boost from a few friends of mine that were playing early on in the thing. As I've mentioned before, I am not a day one player. I am a year one player. I started playing at the release of the anniversary update, which put out the Tall Tales. All the grindy quests that we know and love or hate today, and that's my basic, origin story in the seas. I've primarily been a solo player, but I didn't have the computer to do the things, and by that I mean I didn't have the computer that would allow me to actually hold my own in PvP. I do now, but it's just one of those things. But as you can see, we're scrolling through the maps. We've got some skellies to hunt. We're going to have to go over to Wanderer's Refuge. And we're going to need to be right here on Crescent Isle, which is the main thing. Now, it's going to take a minute or two to find these guys. As you know, I do a lot of this pre-recorded, and I do the voiceovers after the fact. Now, in this particular instance, I had to run around, and I wanted to get some more of those. Perfect. I had to run around and find the skellies. And, yeah, you're going to see that I favor the dagger, the throwing knife for PvE encounters. I still actually haven't had a solid PvP since Season 12 started. Maybe when I get around to the Gilded Voyage, which on day of recording is 2 days old. We're going to do one of those. Probably today, maybe tomorrow. Recording time, we'll see. Release time, that's like last week. Alright, so I hear the skellies. You probably hear them too, which, since we can't see them, there is, and it's going to take me a moment to realize, there's only one place they can possibly be. They are down in the cave where the vault is. And that's where the majority of the action here is going to be taking once Past Me figures it out. Now, let's talk a little bit, because this one does take a little bit of time. What can you expect from Sea of Thieves and me? Well, there's some inspiration that I'm taking from places. I want to do some tales and get some adventures and see what happens. I don't mean Tall Tales. I've used Safer Seas to get a hold of that particular itch. I didn't do Tall Tales actually until Sea of Thieves brought in the Safer Seas mode, because it's a pretty common complaint. I understand that. As you're trying to go through and do your thing, like right now with us here, we're killing the skellies, but if you're trying to enjoy the lore, I do recommend that you do Tall Tales and anything like that on the safer seas, because it's just you and the PvE. Nobody's going to come up on you and try to vanquish you. It's just that simple. If you're looking for a peaceful voyage, doing a telltale, safer seas, by far, is the best route. Now this was annoying right here. Like, I don't know exactly where the skeleton that caused this delay spawned, probably in a wall, but eventually it does despawn and die or whatever. I don't know exactly how it happens, but it spawned inside of the cave wall, I think, and it took forever for it to go away so we could move on to the next wave. And that's why this particular section takes so long to resolve. Now, I am going to, as this video progresses, cut out the voyaging, oh crud. I hate it when these things show up. Boom! There it is. I hate those. Especially in close quarters. And I met somebody here on the Ferry of the Damned. Tried to do the music thing, but I am slow. I really am. I'm slow on the uptake. And I tried. See, I tried. But, yeah. Anyway, I hate skelly barrels when they're close like that in close quarters, because, you know, you misclick and you're dead. But, yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't know exactly what I was going to say during all this. This is a fairly long video, actually, now that I look at it. Run time's 28 minutes. But it is the adventure all the way through, mostly uncut. I think next time I'll pare it down to just the exciting bits, so that you don't have to do this. This is like new to me. I've always wanted to do Sea of Thieves videos, and yeah, it's one of those things. Like, I don't expect this video to perform, but I'm going to put it out anyway, because you got to start somewhere. Here's a guy who just kind of, you know, kind of made it through. But yeah, as you know, now I am actually on the high seas, and I'm looking to do an Athena. Okay, I switched the sword here because those blunder skellies, they are just the worst. As far as the unkegged ones go, because they just one-shot you, or they try to anyway, but sword's a better go. Much faster. Alright, so I'm thinking that maybe it might be fun to see, what haven't I completed yet? I haven't completed the Heart of Fire Telltale. I haven't completed Pirate's Life. I've done the first 3. I haven't done Monkey Island at all. But there's a reason for all that. I took a long break from Sea of Thieves, simply because I didn't have the ability to defend myself. And it's annoying when you're trying to do some things, and, you know, PvE is fine. I mean, the AI, you know, these things are pretty pointless. They can get you if you're not careful, but players, the other players, they annoyed me because they would come up on me and it would be like they're teleporting, lag and all. So I stopped. I knew I didn't have the ability. And then a little while ago, I was able to get a good gaming computer, gaming laptop, Alienware. That's where all this work's been done. And it gave me a new lease. I didn't get back to the seas right away. As you know, if you watch the channel, I joined an SMP for Minecraft, and that's where my focus shifted. I was nothing but Minecraft for, a couple of years. Like, just in game, that's all I would play. I get like that. I find what I like and I stick to it. And I find that I really like the Sea of Thieves. The graphics are beautiful, especially now that I can appreciate everything that the graphics are, because I have a graphics card that will, let me get everything up to full what the developers intended. And yeah, so that's that. So we're gonna maybe do some tall tales on here. I'm gonna try to make a story here somehow. I'm not sure yet. And given that I'm starting this as a 5-year player, I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do. Like, also I see, like, you got Hitbo, you've got Fuzzy, you've got Falcor, and other ones like Toxie and all those people out there that are all doing these great videos that I don't feel like I can compete with. But I'm not looking to compete. I'm just looking to do some things, I am certainly going to be streaming. I tested a stream out the other day on Twitch, and it went okay. I didn't use the mic or anything. I just wanted to make sure that my setup could handle the load of streaming and playing the game at the same time, which is another big problem of mine. I really wanted to, back when it was young, get into this. And as a streamer, I wanted to build the following and whatnot, but I just didn't have the computer that would allow me to do it. I tried many different ways of doing it. It just didn't work out, unfortunately. So, yeah, that was the end of the skulls. We're just going to collect those up here, and I'm going to cut that part out along with the travel, and we're going to go now over to Wanderer's Refuge and park the ship, and we're going to go and... Wait, this isn't Wanderers, is it? Oh, no, that's right. I got it backwards. This is the riddle on Mermaid's Hideaway. Right. And Mermaid's Hideaway used to be, and still is, frankly, one of my favorite islands. And that's because it's not as traveled. It's on the edge of the map. The only people who are coming up this way are people who might be coming back from the Black Pearl wreck, or going to the seafort that's now close by, which is just slightly further out. This doesn't take all that long compared to the skeletons earlier. I think I'm going to stop here, and I'm just going to trim this up a little bit. I'm going to do a little time lapse, and we will go from here with... yeah, we'll just go from here. We'll do a time lapse. Alright, and there we have it, our chest of Athena loot. Now, while I was editing down the time-lapse and all that stuff, I made a decision. I'm going to cut out the selling of the treasure. I did sell this chest along with the 3 skulls that we got on Crescent Isle before I moved on to Wanderer's Refuge. Now, we're going to go and do that as well. It's an X marks the spot. And then we will have a very simple X marks the spot, which is the final chapter of the voyage. But yeah, I decided that, you know what, this is already a long video. Between the time lapse and cutting it down, I'm still rocking 21 minutes. And that's a long video. Like I'm sure like the people who like Sea of Thieves and whatnot will watch this and go, meh, maybe you could have cut out a bit of that skeleton fight, and you know what, you would absolutely be correct. I could have done that, but I didn't think of it at that particular moment. But yeah, we're gonna head over. What we would have done if I left it was head over to Port Merrick, and we would have, you know, just harpooned the things and did the things at the Sovereign. But you know that happened. There's no need to show it. So we're gonna head off, and through the magic of editing, we're going to pop into existence at another location. Oh look, if I'd been running Order of Souls, I could have stopped and got this captain too. Yeah, okay. And in a little second or two here, oh, there's the predictable storm, apparently. That's a YouTube video I watched just before I started this. Anyway, we are going to pop into existence right here at the Fort of Fortune. No. This is, oh, I skipped right over Wanderer's Refuge. Okay, well, okay, we went right straight from Wanderer's Refuge to, see, getting the Athena. And it's buried on that little spit of land right there. Okay. So basically what happens over at Wanderer's Refuge, I did the X marks the spot and got the chests and the treasures and all that stuff. And they're on, you might be able to see them. They're sitting on the ship already. And then I decided just to go straight from Wanderers over here to to this place, which the name of it escapes me now. That's pretty sad for someone playing this long. And this here is my very first Chest of Legends that I got on my own. And I did this because I decided, what good is being a pirate legend if I can't rank up? So I don't know if I'm going to go for higher than level 10. I'm weird that way. The progression and whatnot is not something that I really care all that much about. I should do some hourglass, maybe get the curses, but you know what, I don't rightly care all that much about curses and cosmetics and things like that. Yeah, these ones I'm rocking for Order of Souls are pretty cool. And something I decided to do also is just go ahead and do Order of Souls. And I think that's what's going to be my focus. I'm going to grind out Order of Souls as much as I can. Do some other things too, mind you, don't get me wrong, but I'm going to try to get Order of Souls up as high as I can. And I think that's my plan for my next little swath of time on the seas. I don't see many Order people running around. And in other videos, called it out too. Cliff the Story Guy just recently had a video where he pointed out that he was running Order of Souls and was pretty much left alone. I'm not doing it for that reason. I'm doing it because I think I want to max out a single faction. I have the time available to me to do it once. And I'm not going to leave myself, you know, just alone with the others. I'm going to do some faction-specific stuff. But while I'm doing that, if I could say, not a Fort of Fortune, the Sea Fort goes active, I'll grab that, and because it's got loot for both factions, or all three factions, the main ones, and I will do that. But the main point here was I want to get up to level 10 in Athena, minimum, maybe maximum, I'm not sure. It's sat at level 3 forever. And that came from one Athena's Run of Thieves Haven, which I'm not even sure you can get attached to anymore. I gotta do some research, folks, and figure it all out, but that brought me up to Athena level 5. And that's where this video is going to end. This was the end of my session. It was a really short one. I've got kids, so things needed to excuse me, needed to slow down and whatnot. But yeah, this is gonna be fun, I think. I hope you guys enjoyed. I don't know how many people actually watched this video, but thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great time on the seas. I hopefully will see you out there.